All right, everyone. Actually, we've been doing simulations for a couple of weeks now in this class, and I had some questions regarding using the oscilloscope, the scope in Matlab, and configuring it in a nice way so that you can export that picture to a report. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that very quickly. You can grab this regular scope blocks directly. All right, and I'm using 2019 MATLAB. Okay, let me double check. Actually, I'm using 2017 a MATLAB right now, but you should be able to do this in 2019, 2020, or any other version of MATLAB. Okay, so this is just a regular scope. All right, you can grab it from the model, the library browser. All right, you go in there. When you double click, it's going to open up this little black window, which is nice for viewing, but it's not really good for printing or for reports. So I'll show you how to configure it similar to a waveform or similar to a scope capture. Okay, so here you can see the little gear icon. So click on that gear icon, and then you can see some settings here. Okay, of course, here you can see the number of input ports. So I'm going to set that to 4. All right, sampling time is by default, set it to -1. If you want to record your data to workspace to be plotted later, you can use this setup. I'm not going to get into that right now. But since we are now setting 4 input ports into the scope, we can arrange them any way we want. Okay, so you can have 2 by 2, 4 by 1. Okay, so in the scope we typically vertically stack them. So I'm gonna lay it out in that vertical fashion, and you can immediately see the background change in the scope, change in the background. Okay, so you can say okay here, and now you have that 4 plots in one scope, and you can also see that this updated, right? You now have 4 inputs coming into the scope. Okay, so once you have that, what I would do is you can connect the different signals. Let's say I want to measure duty, I want to measure inductor voltage, I want to measure what else? I want to measure output current, and I want to measure input current. Okay, so these are the 4 things I want to measure. I mean, you can choose other parameters if you want to measure them, but I'm just choosing them right now for this example. Okay, all right, so then you go in here. Actually, you need to run your simulation, right? So you run your simulation, and it's going to take a little bit of time there. And yeah, so it's running, actually completed. Now it's a matter of configuring this screen, right? This is all black, and it's not going to look nice in your report. And again, remember, you have to zoom in on the steady state right here, okay, at the steady state, so that you have some reasonably observable results. Okay, so that you can observe the results nice. And to change the background, it's fairly easy. You go here into the gear icon, but right next to that you see a little drop down, right? You click on that drop down, you'll see the bucket, right? So click on the bucket, and it's gonna pop up another window that looks like this. Okay, so when you change this, what we want to do is we want to change the background, the figure color to white. You can click apply. You can see that background changed. You can change the axis color to white and hit apply. Now the whole screen changed to white, right? Now we want to make the lines look black, so you can make them black, so the grid and all the numbers are showing up in black. And then if you want to change these waveforms, right? If you want to change the waveform color from yellow to a different color, this is the place you're going to change that. Okay, so you can change it to blue, and then click apply, And then if you want to make it thicker, you can change that line thickness to 2. So now you have a very nice waveform that you can use in your report. I haven't showed how to export it yet, right? So hold on. Now you have 4 waveforms, right? How are we going to change all 4 waveforms? See, you have a choices here, active display. Okay, so you're going to switch to 2, and that's basically your voltage measurement, right? So you can change this to red and change the thickness to 2 and then hit apply. So that changes, right? Go to 3, changes to green, thickness to 2 and hit apply, and that changed. You can zoom in later if you want to before you export it. You go to 4, change this to something else, purple, and then hit apply. Okay, so now you're all done. Now you just need to rescale everything, right? So you're going to go ahead and grab this vertical scaling tool, and then you can now scale in the vertical, just along the vertical, right? That looks nice. You can do the same for the bottom waveform. See, you can zoom just the vertical axis and bring it to a point where you can have a nice waveform. If you want to scale horizontally, you can use this tool and select the region you want to zoom in, and you can zoom in that way. Okay, so you have almost everything, but we still need to input our axis names, right? So you can also add labels. You can show a legend this way. Okay, you can show legend. Yeah, like that. You can turn on and off that legend. If you want to, you can even change those. What else? Layout, style. Trying to see where we can change that. Axis label. There should be a setting there that shows your time axis. Does it show it here? No, let me see where that's set up. Figure. Yeah, I remember finding it here. We have an alternate option if you want. So now, since you have this created, what you can do is you can go here to File, and then you can go to Print to Figure. Okay, you can click Print to Figure, and what it'll do is it'll convert your plot to a figure. See, now you have, this is your scope capture. See, scope, this is a figure, basically a Matlab figure, right? So the benefit of having a Matlab figure is you can go into that figure editor. When you click figure editor, now you can add all the details you want. See, you go to x-axis and you can say this is time in seconds. Okay, if you want to have a vertical axis scale or label, you can say this is input current in amps, right? You can say input current in amps, and you can even change your font size for each of them. You can change them to 10. See, you can change each of them. So you have to go and change each of them. Don't add the time label for all the plots, just add it for the bottom one, and then label the y-axis appropriately, and that's good enough. That's how standard. That's a standard approach to adding labels. But when you come back, you can see it looks very nice now. Right? So this way you can actually modify, and you can even save this as a figure or a JPEG to your desktop or to your computer. Now, to be able to paste this into a Word document, you're going to go to File, let's see, is it Edit? Yeah, Edit, Copy Figure. See, Edit, Copy Figure. Now, this is copied into your clipboard, right? You open up a Word document, open up a blank Word document, and it's just an example, and then right-click and paste. Very nice, right? You have a very nice figure that you can include in your reports. Okay, so very short 10-minute video for you to do this yourself. Hopefully, this is helpful. Let me know if you have questions. Okay, thank you.